Avi Meyers, Northtown Neighborhood News Magazine, a presentation of Sonny Hirsch and myself. On the web, ntnm.org. We're on YouTube, over 311,000 shows watched as we film. Please check us out. There's close to 1,000 interviews. Community Policing Caps24.org. And I would like to introduce you to the North American Executive Director of Honest Reporting, as opposed to the United States
I
Director.
get that promotion just before winter time.
Mazel tov. Yeah, you'll get to enjoy
Wonderful.
Hopefully there's not that many Jews living above the Arctic Circle.
We'll see about that.
But
Good
Gary
to see
Kenzer,
you again,
good
as
to
usual.
see you. So
it's been a real dull last couple of weeks since I've seen you last. I don't know what you want me to talk about.
Well, let's see.
I've never had so much work.
Ran, I ran.
Yeah, we all ran from Iran. I've never had so much work to do than in the last 6 weeks.
Really?
First of all, we've probably had secured close to 150 events all the way till the end of 2016.
Wow.
That's unprecedented. So I'm going to encourage people here locally to call me. So I certainly would love to not have to travel that much, and I'd like to do some stuff here. But I'll tell you something. Here's a great example. I don't know if I could show this.
Sure.
So this is a very classic picture of a kid spontaneously
Hold it higher.
throwing a rock. Whoop, throwing a rock. And this is a very classic picture on several reasons. One is it's been shown minimum of 10 times since it was taken in the fall of 2001, which means it was taken out of context. But when you open up the wider picture, you see that this is a picture that was taken in front of 125 photographers waiting to take the picture. A very spontaneous rock throw. And what's key about that whole spontaneity is that people don't look beyond the picture. And I guarantee it. First of all, I used this picture from a local paper. So this picture, the first one, Are You Getting? These are my words, was taken from a local paper here in Chicago. You didn't see the photographers waiting to take the picture because that was not used. Obviously, that changes the whole intent of the picture.
Yeah, quite a bit.
So it's very important. You know, we've talked so much over the last couple of years about how important it is to really look deeper at a picture and not take something at face value, pure and simple. I mean, one after another after another. You know, the whole Iran Congress against Israel's nuclear program, all that whole whatever you shebang. You know, there's so much information, it's got to be confusing to the average schmo out there who's looking at this. Do I support it? Do I not support it? I mean, it's all over the place. And every day we probably get close to 500 emails just on that particular subject.
Wow.
So I don't know how people really get a chance to decipher what's real and what's not real. I could tell you that about 40% of the stuff that I'm reading is total bogus.
That surprises me. It's only 40%.
It's what we can decipher.
As an avid reader, I mean, and I do look at all sides. I believe in reading from the left and the right and the center. I want to know everybody's opinion about everything.
Well, that's a very important point. So whatever side you're on, you should always read the other side's information.
It's important.
Well, it's not only important, but, you know, if you're a debater, for example, when was the last time you did debate?
Well, I mean, it depends if you want to count the show or not.
Oh, well, that's true. Okay, but in school, when you were a debater in school.
Actually, in college, I did take a debate class, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
And did you get the side of the subject that you
I had
supported?
to. As a matter of fact, the subject that you're, interestingly enough, in universities throughout America, was should the United States adopt a comprehensive program of health care.
Oh, wow.
You know, it was about the health care. And you had to be able to argue both sides of the equation.
Very important.
You didn't know when you were going into your next debate whether you were going to be a pro or a con.
Very important. So, you know, anybody could argue the side of the issue that you care a great deal about.
Yeah, one of the things I got to tell you I got two friends in particular. You know, they'll watch the dumbest garbage on TV news.
Yeah.
You know, TV news is entertainment. Okay, it's not news. It's not a real show. You might as well watch The Simpsons or The Flintstones, depending on how old you are. Okay, I mean, it's not real news, and I'm listening to their viewpoint, and they're wanting to argue with me. And I said, look, you better get some better information because I can argue your side better than you can.
Right, right. So I'll give you another shocker.
Sure.
This is a shocker. Are you ready, Avi?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a real shocker. BBC came out with a verbal report that was on their BBC network. Iran is not a threat to Israel. All right, breathe deep. Iran's not a threat to Israel. They actually came out and said that to a official from Israel. What are you complaining about? This is not such a serious threat to you.
Of course not. Listen, without the nuclear weapon, there isn't a day that goes by, and it's part of their dogma to destroy Israel and the Jewish people. It's part of daily speech. Not to mention the destroy America part while we're doing a treaty with them.
Right, right. So
daily speech from their leader, from the Ayatollah. The day that treaty was agreed to, he went out afterwards and proclaimed death to America.
Death to America and to Israel.
Yes.
I mean, Israel's small potatoes compared to America.
Yeah.
So most of the listeners probably didn't, I mean, intellectually we all knew this, that they always felt this way. But here they came out publicly and said it. What are you complaining about? There's no threat to Israel. That's long past.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
I've got a bridge in Brooklyn, guys.
So it's very classic to understand why it's important to understand the subject, why it's important to forward this information socially so that people see that there are people that still believe in this stuff. So we had on that day when we posted that radio interview that Iran is not a threat to Israel, thousands of forwards on our Facebook page. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? And if people could, in writing, do what you did, laugh so hard that you can't breathe, we would have hundreds of them. So this stuff still exists out there.
Sure.
It still exists.
And by the way, I hate to say it, it's getting worse lately.
Yeah. Let's do another one. I just sort of brought these because there's so many. I mean, you see, I've got probably 25 sheets of paper. We're never going to get to all this. But here's another great one. The New York Times. You ready?
I read it daily.
Good. Good. You find it fascinating? I mean,
I find it hilarious. Some of it's
fascinating.
Very
I'm talking
well written. The quality of the writing is really, really good. They're definitely a paper with a preset point of view that shows all too often.
Oh, no question. So here comes a editorial and a posting that Israelis and religious Jews, are not interested in peace, are not interested in the terrorism that took place in Israel. Why, you might ask? Why did this journalist come to that conclusion? Well, there was actually a rally in Israel on Saturday afternoon about 2 weeks ago, and guess what? No religious Jews came.
I wonder why. By the way, for those of you who don't know, we don't do these things on the Sabbath, so we're not going to come.
Really?
I got to tell you, I didn't get a chance to read the whole article, but I'm a big Washington Post fan. I think they're a little more. I think they try. First of all, they have great columnists, and they do. They have them on both sides, and I think even though they're still a left-leaning paper, they do a good job of at least trying to be objective and show both sides in most but not all cases. There was an article today, and I didn't finish it, about talking about how Jews are willing, Orthodox, ultra-Orthodox or whatever it is,
right.
Jews are willing to have a war to bring the Messiah. Who did they talk to? They talked to a 20-year-old couple. You know, a 20-year-old couple, a representative of everybody else.
Real intelligent, yeah.
Yeah.
So I find this fascinating, and we actually posted this and a video about this on our website again. And by the way, it's also on our YouTube channel, which I don't know how many people realize how viral and important having a YouTube channel is, as you have It's tremendous. I mean, you could collate all your videos in one place.
Yeah, and by the way, for those of you from Honest Reporting that are watching, could you please put our video of him on your YouTube
There you
channel?
go. Hopefully we'll get it done this time.
Because he would get hundreds, if not a couple thousand hits every time.
Well, I'll tell you, I know our time is running quickly. This time like flies by every time I'm here.
Yeah.
We also posted the Dr. Joseph Spire. Joseph, I think, director of the Rubin Center for Research in the International Affairs for the Herzliya School, the IDC School. And he posted a video, he did a program for us on the war in Iraq and Syria and its significance to Israel. And it's an amazing event that we did actually in Jerusalem a couple of weeks ago. And that whole 40-minute lecture is on our website as well.
Cool.
And it's on our website. So, you know, I bring this to everybody's attention for several reasons. And I know it's like drumming the thing over and over and over again. But you can't, today you can't say, I didn't know. It's very difficult to say, I didn't know if you're on the internet.
Yeah.
You can't do that. And unfortunately, there's so many messages that are being bombarded, it's hard to decipher what is true and what is not. It's very difficult. So you have to really think twice. And instead of forwarding something quickly, think about it and do the due diligence before you do anything else.
You know what? When I first got on the internet, I see these absolutely fantastic, amazing stories that would blow my mind. I'd send them out to my joke list to my friends.
And?
And I'd get back 3 flags from Snopes or other organizations saying, hey, when you get something like this, it sounds too good to be true. It is. It's not true. Yeah.
So due diligence. Do your due diligence. Whatever you consider is your due diligence. Whether it's Snopes, whether it's Google, or whatever they're now going to be called, Alphabet. Is that what the name of the new company?
You know what? I didn't get a chance to read that article today. I wasn't prepared. I saw that in the Washington Post. I didn't get there yet.
So there's all kinds of ways that people could do diligence. But a lot of people forward emails. Don't forward an email till you've done the due diligence. Make sure you do the due diligence and do the right thing. So as the time is flying quickly, I just want to make mention that now is the time that we are really scheduling events in the Chicago areas. I think I mentioned at the beginning.
Yeah, keep them out of the Arctic Circle during the winter.
Please do, although I am going to Winnipeg in March. 2 years ago when I went to Winnipeg in March, it was...
Are you a hockey fan?
I love hockey, but the polar vortex was bad here. It was really bad in Winnipeg.
Yeah, it's a little further, just a little
further. Touch further. So I really encourage people, for those of you that schedule us, you'll be getting one of these beautiful Honest Reporting t-shirts. So for those of you that are coordinators, and this is going to go to our host today.
Yay.
This is his.
Thank you very much, Gary. I appreciate that. And I'll wear it with pride.
Deal. So I really encourage you to call us and schedule your event. We're scheduling for now until the end of 2016. So it's not too early as you're putting your calendars together for your synagogue.
So reserve November 22nd at 2 o'clock for the TV show in November 2016.
Oh, my God. 847-674-8783. 847-674-8783. That's our local number. And please call and let's schedule some events.
And all you guys from Honest Reporting watching, put him on your video channel, please. Because he's very popular here, and you would help a lot.
Thank you.
So anyway, thank you so much, Gary Kenzer. I want to thank you for coming here and enlightening us. I want to thank my entire technical crew, Sonny Hirsch. And I want to thank all of you for joining us today. And take care, be well, all the very best. Bye-bye, everybody. See you next week.